Seekonk Speedway, the action track of the East. Today we have the legends.
Stafford Speedway.
On the roll over.
No, I'm there Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I got an offer.
Oh, I don't want to talk to
Oh, jeez, I thought you were Jackie. I got the wrong fucking one. It's all right.
Over here.
Can become a Legends car driver. They're very responsive, they telegraph what's going on, but they're not like a go-kart, they're not like any type of what I call pseudo race car. They indeed are real race cars. Ask Jeff Gordon, the ProNynes, Rusty Wallace, all of the Winston Cup guys have driven them at one time or another in celebrity races, and they'll be the first to tell you they're real throttle responsive, and they tend to break loose a little bit. We may be down at 24 cars, but that's a sizable field for us. We've had 47 when there's been other events, when there's not been a conflict with some of the other regions, but the 25 that we have here this evening, you're going to see the best that the Valvoline Tour has to offer. Johnny Tripp and the rest of the guys, we've got Wayne Sharp from North Carolina to all the way up here in the Brown and Sharp car, and he's a former national champion in Legends car racing.
Well, how many races do you have this year throughout New England in your series?
The Valvoline Tour consists of 27 races. We allow each driver to take his best 20 finishes and count that towards the point standings. We have the professionals, we have semi-professionals, we have the Masters
The
division.
Danny's Auto Three Flags, restaurant number 30 out of Rochester, Massachusetts, Robert Demers. Starting third out of Tiverton, Rhode Island, in the Sanford & Son Customer Auto Ply number 43. Starting 15th out of Taunton, Mass, Lorena Auto Sales number 63 for Ken Spencer. And outside of Kent, out of East Greenwich, Rhode Island, in the Electric Tune, Amp Auto Salvage number 50, Ray Love. Al Rodriguez waving the green flag, and we've got a race. Kenny Dale takes the early lead over Robert Demers, but Joe Caderas quickly sticks his car underneath, as we got three wide and a car sideways. Lou Rotundo in turn number 1. Racing back to the yellow as we did not get a lap complete. Lou Rotundo having a little problem getting his car going out in 1 and 2, as we're quickly under caution. Al Rodriguez waves the green flag. We're back underway. Kenny Dale quickly again takes the lead with Robert Demers falling into second. But Joe Cadero on the inside trying to take that second spot. Ron Maloro running right behind him as we got three wide. The 89 of Gary Wainwright falling to the middle of the pack. A couple of cars getting together. It's a 62 of Russ Tatro and 21 Junior. 21 Bob Betancourt Jr. as he tackles with Ken Spencer sideways through the corner as he's sitting in the middle of the turn. Al Rodriguez once again bringing out the caution flag. I believe we did get one lap complete that time. Bob Betancourt Jr., turn number 1, not being able to get going this time. Ken Spencer running out the top 10. Green flag is out, we're back underway. Kenny Dale getting a good jump, but Joe Cadero sticks on the outside. Ronald Lauro inside of him for that second spot. As he tries to make it 3 wide, but runs out of room on the outside. Joe Cadero falls back just a bit. Ronald Lauro jumps into second. Albert Clements on the inside trying to get that third spot away. The 62 of Russ Tatro spins down on the front straightaway into the infield. We got 3 wide racing on the backstretch into turn number 3. The 30 of Robert Demers high on the outside, falling back just a couple of spots. The 25 of Dave Pizzotto running 4th. Running 5th right now is the 38 of Keith Morrow with Joe Cadero on the outside of him. Ken Spencer now takes a look underneath. As Ronald Lauro on the inside trying to take the lead away from Kenny Dale. Looks like he gets a jump. Dale a little loose through the corners. The inside still open up with Dave Furtado on the inside. Al Rodriguez giving the cross flags. We got halfway, 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. So Ronald Lauro, Dave Furtado running second, Kenny Dale third, Keith Morrow fourth, Ken Spencer running out the top 5. Mike Camara on the inside into 6th spot. 72 of Albert Clements 7th, and the 49 of Dave Westgate 8th. 12 of Kenny Dale falling back into the middle of the pack right now as that car's extremely loose going through the corners. No contact between him and Albert Clements. Both cars get away. The 91 of Chris Robbins moving up through the pack. He started back in the 17th position. 72 of Albert Clements loose on the back straightaway, loses a few positions. Right now Dave Westgate running in that 6th position, the last qualifying spot in this heat. 91 of Chris Robbins moving up to 7th. 2 laps to go. We got 8 laps down, 2 to go. Ronald Lauro out front. Dave Furtado 2nd. Keith Morrow 3rd. Ken Spencer 4th. Mike Camara 5th. Dave Westgate rounding out the top 6. Joe Cadero in the 43. A little sideways. We got contact between him and Ray Lovelace as the caution flag comes out. Heavy damage to the front end and the left front of that 43 car. Tough luck for Joe Cadero as he started in the 3rd position, was running up front. That Apollo radiator, number 43, and it looks like he's going to hit his sponsor up for one this week. The red checker.
Al Rod chose to red check in this event, and it is the start of discussion when there's less than 2 laps remaining. But what happened here, Kev, is about basically what's been happening. They get that left wheel down off the track, and there's a 6 to 8, sometimes a foot drop there. They get hooked in there, and then they correct to get out of the rut, and of course, needless to say, they overcorrect and shoot out onto the track, and well, you saw what happened. It's a bad break for that young man. He was doing quite well, but I'm sure as we get underway here this evening, the second event of the Street Stock Division of the ARC. And as I mentioned, 22 races. We've only got 1 down and 21 to go. As the track crew cleans up the area over there, our noted and very intellectual broomologists are doing an excellent job. Lee Palmander is in the number 70 in pole position in the TLC truck service automobile. Nancy Sherman out of Lakeville, Mass. in the number 67 outside pole. Rob Doobie, do I hear them Doobie fans? All right, out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, in the number 44. Sean Sylvia of East Taunton, Mass. in the dog racing Goulart Oil 33. Kevin Afolin out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island is in the 110 and 5th spot. Jose Ferro Jr. out of Fairhaven. Well, look at that, Mr. Green out here we go. One more time. The number 70 of Lee Palmer on the inside. Whoa! Here's the super kid, Mr. Waterman. Crank it up, Jeff. Well, he'd love to crank it up. Yeah, he's moving, but the caution's out.
Get back in a minute.
Unfortunately. And we're ready to go. We've got the green, and once again, we have a race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, Nancy cheering on the outside, holding her own against the number 70, but now he gets down low, Nancy drifts high. Al's working the clubs, pointing to different drivers, keeping them in line, or if he sees something of an erratic nature out there and they're driving, he lets them know he's watching. The number 70 of Lee Palmer, they're doing a great job. The 44 now of Rob Doobie. Do I hear those Doobie fans?
Best run of the year too so far.
44, the 40, the 67, and the 5. Whoa! He's leaning on him now. Great job. Pulled through with no trouble. The number 6 got away good with an excellent bit of driving. That's Steve Blaze. And then we've got a Flying Fender. It's hanging out there as Al puts up the cross flags.
Halfway black flag for the 59.
It's halfway, and the black flag is for the number 59. Very loose, very dangerous. And as they spread right out now, well, we had a little confrontation with the retaining wall there as the number 59 made an attempt to drive into the pit area. Caution went on. Still have to move. There's the green, we've got a race. One more time. The 40 and the 70, inside and outside as they move through that second turn and down the back straight.
Third or fourth.
Lee Palmer on the inside. Amasa Harmon has taken the lead, and it looks like, whoop, with something over to 48, he's hurt. Number 48, that front left tire.
46.
I beg your pardon, it's 46. He's doing a little smoking there. 40, 70, and 6. The 02 and the 41. The 120, Super Kid Waterman. Has moved in from the back, and he's sitting in a spot now where he's qualified for the feature race. Here comes Amasa. All right, Amasa Hammond. Nice job, kid. The 70, the 6, the 02, the 41, and the 120. Okay, it's at the second qualifying event of this.
Number 06 for Jason Sinersha, and outside of him, out of Warren, Rhode Island, the Steve's Auto Parts, O'Brien's Auto Center number 2 for John Sylvia. 4 rows back, inside lane, the Glines and Roads, B's Tire and Auto, number 36 out of Cumberland, Rhode Island, Jeff Sutcliffe. And out of Attleboro, Mass, the Lenny's Lounge, 5-Star Pizza, number 05 for Eddie Plant. 9th position brings us the Edgartown, Mass, number 24, out of Edgartown, Massachusetts, sorry, for Chris McGee. And outside of him, out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, Jerry Degasberry Jr. in the number 71. Starting 11th out of Rehoboth, Mass, the Mike Service DVG Racing Apparel, number 9, is Mike Hope. And outside of him, out of Warwick, Rhode Island, Gene Weston in the number 00. Starting 13th in the number 81. To hit the line, green flag is out, we're underway. Tommy Scholler gets a good jump. Tony O jumps into second. The 73, running third, the Deuce of John Sylvia sideways coming out of turn number 2. He gets going, no caution comes out. Tommy Scholler out in front, Tony O running second. The 73 is Larry DeGassi running third. 06 of Jason Chinersa running 4th. The 36 of Jeff Sutcliffe running 5th. We got a battle for 6 is the 05 of Eddie Plant. And the 24 of Chris McGee running side by side for that 6th spot. Jeff Sutcliffe now looking underneath Jason Sinersha for that 4th spot as he gets to Eddie Plant, a little sideways through the corner, gets a spot. 73 gets sideways, Larry DeGassi, as he takes Eddie Plant in the 05 and the 36 of Jeff Sutcliffe with him. The 05 stuck in that fourth corner. As they all get away, green flag stays out. As the 05 Vinny Plank goes a lap down, Tommy Scholler still out front. Tony O running second. Third is the 24 of Chris McGee. Fourth is the 81 of Jim Lawrence, who came from deep in the pack. Running fifth right now, the 71 of Jerry DeGasperi Jr. And the 06, I believe, of Jason Sinesha was running sixth, dropping back just a little bit. Halfway marker comes out. Tony O gets under Tommy Scholler for the lead. Right now we got a battle for sixth and first. 08 of Russ Bryant and the 53 of Scott Simondinsky. Currently battling for that sixth and final qualifying spot. The 24 of Chris McGee now on the inside of Tommy Scholler for that second spot. As McGee takes it and he sets his sights on the leader for Tony O. Jim Lawrence now running fourth, Jerry DeGasperi fifth, and the 08 of Russ Bryant rounding out the top six. Gene Weston and Scott Simondinsky battling for that seventh spot. Jim Lawrence now goes high, tries the outside of Tommy Scholler. Be the first one to try any passing on the outside, as this track is just a bit slick from that demolition derby we had last Sunday. 2 laps to go. Now Rodriguez shows him 2 laps to go. Tony O out front, Chris McGee second. Jim Lawrence running on the outside, running third, fourth. Tommy Scholler fifth. There's a 71 of Jerry DeGasperi, sixth is the 08 of Russ Bryant. And Scott Simondinsky now gets underneath him for that sixth spot. Bryant just a little bit loose coming out of turn number 4. We got 1 lap to go. And it's a dogfight for that sixth and final qualifying position. Jerry DeGasperi now on the outside of the 85 of Tommy Scholler for that fourth spot, as we got Tony O taking the win, Chris McGee second, Jim Lawrence third, fourth was Jerry DeGasperi Jr., fifth was Tommy Scholler, and
I'm sorry, Yamaha engines, I should say, already get us into trouble. 1200cc Yamaha, Toyota rear ends, and Yamaha 5-speed transmissions. On the pole in car number 15 out of East Hampton, Connecticut, in the Wood Champions Special, 74 Ford sedan. On the outside of him, Wayne Root in the Prestige Properties number 28 Coupe. 77 of Ron Bolio is the next in line. Alongside of Ron Bolio in the 28 out of East Hampton, Connecticut, in the Silhouette Head. Out of Keenan, bringing up the rear to 00 of Pete LaBerry. Frankie Scavata, the starter, throws the green, and Dave Casey grabs the lead going into the first turn. High up on the outside is Dave Simonton in the 21. Yeager down holding the second spot, and here goes Watermeyer taking over the fourth place, pushing both cars to see where he'd go. High on the outside, coming up on the outside is Diggy in the purple block 28. They'll go 3 wide and 4 wide into the turn at this track, ladies and gentlemen. This is an ideal track for the legends. Casey holds the lead. Dave Yeager second in the 15. And we've got a halfway spin by Wayne Root, who goes halfway around up on the 3/4 corner. He should be able to get underway. Frankie Scavata keeps his eye on him. And it's going to throw the yellow flag as Wayne Root hangs up on the grass at the 3/4 corner. In that 15 is Dave Yeager. Throws the green flag, and Dave Casey jumps on it, coming off the keeps the first spot. On the outside is Dave Yeager. Looking to the outside of Yeager with Simonton decides to pull it back down. Justin Manafort is now underneath Yeager and on the back bumper of Brian Lafort, Vice President Operations for Total Beverage in the white and green number 74. Manafort goes to the outside, looks back underneath. Yeager hangs to the outside of the 74. Justin Manafort going through the middle and backs out as Yeager hits it. The 76 locks up the brakes. Simonton goes around. The 76 sticks around. And Bill Dickey up into the wall in the number 28 purple and black. Looks like he tore out his suspension. We've got 3 up there in the 3/4 corner. Dave Simonton. 14 to 21. And the green flag goes, and we're going racing. Dave Casey again. Out in the lead. Yeager on the outside, holds it back, and Casey opens a couple lead. The 7 of Watermeyer in on the back bumper to 74. Justin Manafort on the outside because the first, and he comes down the center, and pulls into a third spot. And if he holds third, he will be guaranteed a spot in the cash dash. On the outside of 74 goes Justin Manafort, the young gentleman from Plainville, Connecticut. And the 28 of Baruch goes around, and he'll get underway by himself. He should be able to. The twin sticks are coming out for 2 to go, but we got a problem on the straightaway here. And the yellow caution comes out, and everybody back it down. As Wayne Baruch cannot get the 28 started. So we will let him know he's there. The green flag is off and gone. Dave Casey is on it. Ryan LaPorte jumps it, grabs the lead, but looks like Casey is going to pull it on and hold on to it. Justin Manafort, stuck his nose in between the first and second place cars, but LaPorte is high. Justin Manafort trying underneath Casey, can't do it, slides to the outside. Sticks his nose back down. Justin Manafort on the outside. Watermeyer in third, 74 followed. LaPorte is the white flag out. Casey still your leader. Justin Manafort to the outside, pushing Casey for the lead. Justin Manafort high on the outside, and Casey hold him off. As the checkered come out, it's going to be Justin slides high, and what a battle as it is. Casey Manafort to 715 to 74 to 76, that double zero. Ready to get underway for the second heat. We'll give you the lineup as the cars come out. Number 45 of Tim Dawson, the Dawson Crawford sponsor wanted automobile. Chevy Coupe will be on the pole. The 36 Ford Coupe of Bobby Soswell out of Lincoln, Rhode Island, the West Auto sponsored automobile. And Bobby told me back in the pits he's going to retire tonight. The U2 of Dave Riccitelli, Joe Constantino in the 4 main, and Joe Bates in the 7 New Hampshire, and we're off and running. 36 is up high. Jackie Root going up to the outside. There goes. Look out as they close the door. They go 3 abreast into the turn. They all wild in this heat already. Soswell in the 36 will tripping Jackie Root on the outside. Harrison running 4th. Trippers running 3rd. I'm sorry. Trippers in the automobile. To the outside of the left car goes 160 of Wayne Sharp. Harrison underneath. Tripp underneath. 98 of Danny McNamara from Riverhead, Long Island on it, and moving up steadily. Baruch's got the lead, the 160's on his bumper, and they go 3 wide into the first turn. What exciting legend racing, and Harrison pulls his nose out and sticks it back under as Jackie Root comes through the center. Wayne Sharp all over his bumper. Johnny Tripp out of Westport, the Mass, sticks under his nose under the 14. He wants in that Cummins race for the sponsor. Halfway through, Tripp grabs the second spot on the inside. Bruce Harrison to the lead. Wayne Sharp, McNamara goes around on 98, and everybody goes around him and misses him. Okay, Harrison still got the lead. Tripp in second. Wayne Sharp in third. Jackie Root in 4th. McNamara back under the way and picks up the last spot in the twin sticks are out. 2 to go, and it's Johnny Tripp on the outside, Wayne Sharp on the inside, Bruce Harrison to the lead. Tripp on the outside, and they hold those 3 positions. Those 3 will qualify for the Cummins Dash. Root coming up on the back end of the Tripp automobile. The white flag is out. It's still Harrison, Wayne Sharp, and John Tripp. And Wayne Sharp, a little squirrely in the turn, is now pushing for the lead as he comes on the back of the bumper of Harrison and lets him know that as he kisses him. Tripp moves to the outside of Sharp, but it's going to be Harrison, Sharp, Tripp, Root, Summers, the 7 of Joe Bates, Joe Constantine in the 4ME, and the Cranston Paintworks, U2 of Dave Riccitelli, the 36 to 98, and the 33.
But he is here tonight, and we're so glad that happened. I just want to have a few words. One, it's tremendously easier to have much of what you're buying to table side by side.
I have.
What's that? I told you a bitch if you had. 43. 5th to be Richard McRae in the 13. Starting 6th is Glenn White in the 70. 7th is Ray Alexander in the 4. 8th is Joe Perry in the 3. Ninth is Scott Estrella, Corey Boudreau, and Guy Workman round out the field. We got one lap complete. The 89 of Ronald Reed is out front. Dave Titus running second. The 43 of Ken Kohler Jr. rounding out. Fourth on the outside. And the 70 would be Glenn Lutton. Running fifth right now, the 29 of Richard Wisher, and rounding out the top six, the 13 of Richard McRae. Ronald Reed running strong. Almost had a feature win earlier. It was taken away from him late in the race. And that W.E. Prey, number 89. David Titus out of Attleboro, Mass. in the 29, third. Ken Kohler in the Rhode Island Drive Shaft Donald's Car Center, number 43. Glenn Lutton now trying the outside. Glenn Lutton sponsors this year George's Parts, Goyette's Auto Recycling, helping out him as he tries the outside of the Ken Kohler Jr. Ray Service Center helps out Richard Wisher in that number 29. And Bo Brothers Restaurant in the 4 for Ray Alexander as he runs in 6th position. 7th, Corey Boudreau on the outside of Richard McRae. Right behind him in the Viveris Air Insurance number 3 is Joe Perry. Right now they're battling for that 7th spot. Scott Estrella in the Iron Horse Unlimited number 45 rounding out the field. Halfway, we got 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Ronald Reed was out front second. Dave Titus, Richard McRae, and Scott Estrella make contact off of turn number 4. McRae on the inside. As he sits, he gets it going just a bit. He's going to wait for the field to come by before he pulls out. Ronald Reed and Dave Titus running 1-2. Third, Ken Kohler Jr. Fourth is Glenn Lutton. Ray Alexander running 5th. Richard Wisher 6th. Ken Kohler now looking to the outside of Dave Titus for that 2nd spot. 21 of Corey Boudreau now tries the inside of Richard Wisher. They make a little time contact. Right front goes down on Corey's cup. As he cuts down the right front tire. Tough luck for him, because he's going to have to call it an early heat. Try again in the consolation event. 2 laps to go. Al Rodriguez lets him know. Dave Titus still out front. I'm sorry, Ronald Reed still out front. Dave Titus running 2nd. Ken Kohler Jr. and Glenn Lutton battling for that 3rd spot. Running 5th is Ray Alexander in the Hollis Auto Body number 4. 6 is Richard Wisher, but he's got Joe Perry right trying to get underneath him. Checkered flag is waving. Ronald Reed takes his first heat event. 2nd is Dave Titus. 3rd, Ken Kohler Jr. 4th, Glenn Lutton. 5th was the 4 of Ray Alexander, and rounding out the top 6 was Richard Wisher.
It's free before the races.
Look at that.
Country and Western concert.
Okay, good people, we're moving right along as we promised. We have a lot of events to take place here tonight, and we'll find Dean Petty in the number 57 from Persona, Massachusetts, Freetown Sand and Gravel sponsored vehicle. Steve Ruby of Kingston, Mass. in the number 18. Kenny Colvin of Attleboro, Mass. in the RPM Performance number 6. Paul Vanas in the Shananaz Dance Club, Family Transport number 9. Skip Schumacher of Top Mass in the Skip Around Limo. Looking good, we got a green, and Al's caught a few people napping in the back. And they had better pay attention. Whoa, number 6 and number 18. All kinds of problems up there in that first turn.
Down and ask Lisa the bio on seats tonight. What is he giving away?
Let's do it. There's the green, and one more time we're going to try to have a race.
Dean Petty's on the cover of tonight's program, too.
Dean Petty on the cover of tonight's program. Do you have a program up here that I can look at? Okay, and Dean does it again as he maintains the lead. And needless to say, we have Bobby Leclerc in that number 42.
Last week's winner.
Last week's feature winner from the Sportsman Division of the ARC. And here comes Mr. number 7, Tom Scully. Tom won a feature week before that.
You got a crash up.
Whoop, he got the 9 and the 17 over here. Yeah. The 9 and the 17 looking at us.
I get one when I first get here, thank you.
And there is the Shanana, number 9. And they are looking good. Keeping everything moving. There goes the green, and we are on our way. They are looking very good as they move through that third turn. Out of the fourth, they come in as bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel, and whoa, little fender bender there, but they have very, very well. Bob Leclerc,
Black flag for the
42.
Black flag for the 9.
Car number 9, I believe, has been black flagged. He is losing something. He's already lost his hood, but apparently the track official.
His window net is down.
Oh, I believe his window net is down, and that's a no-no. And he's got the flag, black flag, and he's going in. The halfway mark, the cross flags. It's half over, and we got the 42 and the 7, 2 former feature winners here.
You know the third heat?
And they are not wasting any time out and about out there. As Bobby Leclerc continuing in his winning ways after taking the feature last week is back to take this qualifying event, maybe. Still a way to go. Looking good. The big 7. Tom Scully, the Rismini family sponsored automobile. And the Massey Pontiac Buick. 2 laps to go.
Okay.
The 12-0. Now looking over. Bobby Leclerc. The 42 is your leader. The 57, of course, Dean Petty trying to hang on that second spot. And Tom Scully. 6 of them will make the feature. And there's no doubt about it. Tom Scully and Bobby Leclerc will be giving us a good race in that feature. Well, you got it. That's it. The 42 is only been. Okay, and we went to photo repair. And we'll mention it again a little later if we have the opportunity. Okay, Peter, you've been hanging around here tonight, doing interviewing with the celebrities.
Yeah, our celebrity indeed, Ron Manfredo, who is our senior starter here at Seekonk Speedway. Just in case race friends you don't recall, back in May, very early in the season, we had a mishap out on the track, and Ron was hit by a sportsman car. Pro stock car, but in his words, he's thankful to be alive, and we're thankful to have him here tonight. Looking for the green. We're on the way. The green flag drops. Jeff Goodrow immediately zipping out into the lead, but the 15 of Kenny Manford trying to recall that position, getting underneath. Very, very tight going into turn 4 as they get down in the infield. A bit of a warning for Ken, but he's got the lead. And now Goodrow in the 31's dropping back another position with Manchester in the 95, squeezing into the second spot. Again, the top 6 will get into the feature race. The battle for 6th position right now as the 8 car drops out yet again in the 3rd, just drops out completely. He may have a flat left front tire as he goes to the pits. And now the top 6 is rounded off by that 14 car of Linwood Cohen, and he's being challenged by the 19 of Doug Burrow underneath. Very competitive racing action going on right now in the middle of the field. Manchester in the 95 getting under Bedford in the 15, looking for first spot. And a little yellow hello, how do you do to Manchester from Al Rodriguez, our starter tonight.
Are you sure you didn't say Southwards B is not the sponsor? Or?
At the halfway mark, 6 laps to go. Again, that battle for 6th is going on midfield.
Who gave you that, you just brought up.
Jeff Goudreau, who started on the outside of the first position. Now, ooh, he gets hit in the side, and around they go with 3 cars involved, the 16 and the 12 also. The 12 come up on the outside, and this brings us under yellow.
Say that. Yeah, I will.
The 31 car now. Jeff Goudreau, a very difficult break as he sits facing the wrong way on turn 4. Also involved was the number every Wednesday night, WALE radio. We're back underway now, and again, that race is hot for that 6th position. The top 6 get into the feature event. Right now, it's Doug Murrow in the 19 car that's holding the rest of the field back. In your lead, Dana Willis in the yellow and blue 55. Certainly has his handful of challengers. On the outside is Kenny Bamford in the 15 and Linwood Cowan in the 14. Both of them challenging for that top spot with 2 laps to go. As the drivers receive the white flag for 1 lap. Again, number 19, Doug Murrow, is trying to hold back and maintain his position, but he's being challenged severely now by that 0A car. We'll see what happens as they approach turn 4 and get to the start-finish line. Your winner is Dana Willis, and it looks like unofficially Murrow made it in. Murrow may have made it into the 5th position.
Coming out on the track next will be the first of 2 Pro Stock Heat events. Starting on the pole in the Colony Truck Center, Carl's East Coast Speeds, number 0, out of Warwick, Rhode Island, one of our rookie contenders, Dave Sylvia. Starting outside of him in the Seekonk Lobster, Bay State Lincoln Mercury, number 48, out of Westport, Massachusetts, the defending Pro Stock champion, Freddie Estelle Jr. Starting 3rd in the D Silver Trucking, College Town Mobile, number 74, out of Middleborough, Mass, Dave Blanchard. And outside of Blanchard, out of Somerset, Mass, in the Medeiros Bakery, Bavaris Insurance, number 46, Jeff Thompson. Starting 5th with the Motion Motors, J. Fortin Concrete, excuse me, number 18, out of Berkeley, Mass, 2-time feature winner this year, Tech. On the front row, Al Rodriguez waves the green flag, and we're underway. Freddie Estelle getting a good jump on the outside, side by side with Dave Sylvius. He gets tangled up with Dave Blanchard. Everybody on the inside gets tangled. Steve Channing with the right front hits the back of Dave Sylvia. We got a caution out. Tough luck for Steve Channing. Everybody jamming up behind. Dave Sylvia and Steve Channing look like they need a little bit of assistance from the track crew. Steve Channing on the cover of tonight's program. He hasn't had any luck since his 100-lap win. Go take a look at that. Like I said, it is at the novelty trailer behind us here on the front straightaway, along with collectibles, 124th, 143rd, 164th. They have models, they have banners, plates, rugs, you name it, they have it. And if they don't have it, they can get it for you. Take a walk down, see Ernie, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, it looks like Freddie Estelle will be out front with Dave Blanchard running 2nd. Going back to a complete restart. Unfortunately, Dave Sylvia was put to the back because of his involvement in the accident. And Steve Channing is taking his car to the pit area with a little help from two of our wreckers, Silver Brothers and Coastal Towing. Letting him know he's watching him. They hit the line. Al Rodriguez waves the green flag. We're back underway. Freddie Estelle out front. 46 car of Jeff Thompson takes over 2nd with the 74 of Dave Blanchard dropping back to 3rd. Chad Chase on the inside looking for that 3rd spot. Tex Barry Jr. up to 5th, and we got a battle for 6th between Bobby Tripp and Wayne Dion. Trippy on the inside of Tex Barry for that 5th position. Wayne's going to drop to the inside and look for that spot to open up. In the back of the pack, Kevin Knabb and Mike Cavallero battling heavily for that 8th spot. As Knabb gets underneath and gets a spot, Dave Sylvia trying to work his way back to the front, takes over. Right behind Kevin Knabb and Wayne Newman follows suit. Bobby Tripp takes over the 4th spot on the inside of the 74 of Dave Blanchard. Wayne Dion now on the inside of him looking for 5th. As Tex Barry also looks underneath to follow suit. Jeff Thompson giving heavy pressure to Freddie Estelle Jr. out front. Bobby Tripp now looking to the outside of Chad Chase as he works his way towards the front after starting way back at 9th position. Thompson giving Freddie Estelle a little bump coming out of the corner, letting him know he's there. Gets him a little bit squirrely and gets underneath. Looks like Estelle's got the preferred line as he looks like he's trying. He's got him holding off. Thompson let it off, and Chad Chase gets sideways in 3 and 4. As everybody gets by. As we cross the halfway, yellow flag is out. And we're back under caution. Tough break for Chad as he was running in the top 5. As he's going to have to go to the back of the pack. As the green flag comes out, we're back underway. Freddie Estelle getting a good jump. As Bobby Tripp drops down underneath the 46 of Jeff Thompson for that 2nd spot. Wayne Dion running 4th. Tex Barry Jr. with his nose underneath him trying to get by. Chad Chase trying to work his way back towards the front as he's already gotten by 2 cars. And right now he's right behind Kevin Knabb in the number 25. Freddie Estelle, Bobby Tripp Jr. Bobby Tripp running 2nd. Currently running 2nd in points also. As he gets his nose underneath him coming out of turn number 4, but Estelle shuts the door. Jeff Thompson now looking to the underneath of Bobby Tripp. Trying to get back that 2nd position. Thompson underneath Tripp. As we got a battle for 2nd place, we got 2 laps to go. And a hot and heavy battle for that 2nd position. Jeff Thompson on the inside of Bobby Tripp is Freddie Estelle Jr. still leading the pack. White flag is out. We got 1 lap to go. Wayne Dion now trying the outside of Tex Barry, looking for a little room. He'll take the win. 2nd was the 46 of Jeff Thompson. 3rd was the 88 of Bobby Tripp. 4th was Tex Barry Jr.
The Pro Stock Division of the ARC. And Rich Capaco of Coventry, Rhode Island, of the Drew Oil 00 would be in pole position. Mark Levine of Norton, Mass. in the number 55. Mike Bowler in the Zeke's Custom Auto number 10. George Rigo of North Dartmouth, Mass. in the Big Wheel Truck Sale. And AF Cadero Insurance number 64. Tony Dias in the Hollister. Ready to roll, and we got ourselves a green. Bowler in the lead, Dias on the inside, while George Rigo hanging out there in the 3rd lane. Looking for plenty of action, and we're going to get it here. And here comes the JR Precast number 1. On the outside right now in 5th position, the Albert's Furniture, 22, is in 3rd spot.
Can you remember the name of the sponsor?
Max Diner is proud to watch there, number 64. Hang on to that lead. And Reliable Roofing also is ecstatic about the 64 being your lead. George Rigo. Zink's Custom Auto sponsors the number 10. So we've got the number 10 of Zeke's, we've got Outfits Furniture, we got JR Precast, and we got BOC, the voice of WALE, the number 41. And needless to say, Pete's favorite driver in the 94, WHJY's superstar, Rick Martin. 64, 10, 33, and 22 in that order as they move through that second turn. Down the back stretch. At the halfway mark coming up, and Mr. Rigo seems to have this all by himself. George certainly not looking behind him as he continues to increase his lead. The number 10, oh, easy done. Well, Lenny, come on, Lenny. All right, he kept going. Well, we got the WHJY bumping into the WALE car. we could call that the battle of the networks. Rigo is definitely riding high right ahead here. And Zeke's number 10 runs second. Ray Lee in that fifth position while the Alfred 22 is running fourth. JR Precast number 1 is fifth. And it looks like they're all going to make it here tonight. Everett's 01. Everett's 0. Tanner is the number 01 automobile. And nobody is slowing down. Nobody is flinching. And it looks like they'll probably hold those positions here for a while. There's the 2-lap signal. Only 2 to go. Al holds them out. The deuce is up as they move through that backstretch. Rigo on his way and putting another win in the record books for the second qualifying event for the Rose Locker. Here comes George, out of Dapper Five. The Rigo family is very happy now. George Rigo takes the win. Mike Bowler is second. Ray Lee is third. And 22.
29.
As the street stock division approaches the track for the consolation race, in the pole will be the number 91 car. Out of Norton, Mass, Chris Robbins. On the outside of Chris, from Warwick, number 00, Gene Weston. From Carver, number 26, Pete Fernandez IV. Out of Middleborough, number 89, Gary Wainwright. On the inside of the third row, from Greenwich, Rhode Island, number 50, Ray Lovelace III. On the outside of Ray, from Rehoboth, number 9, Mike Hope. From Attleboro, number 96, Sparky Arsenal. And on the outside of Sparky, in the 8th position, from Attleboro, number 45, Lenny McQuaid. Looking for the green. We are underway in the final street stock race before the feature. This is the consolation. Looking very, very good as the 00 of Gene Weston makes his way to the top of the field. The 26 car getting very loose now. Pete Fernandez IV trying to hold on, but he's got troubles keeping that car forward, and now we get another automobile loose on the infield. Fernandez still having a lot of trouble in that 26 car, and he's just driving himself right out as he slows down. The rest of the field passes him. We maintain our green flag. Bobby Bancourt Jr., third in the point standing, on the infield right now. Taking himself out of the competition and Fernandez out of the competition. And the race goes on now for third and fourth position as the 45 car gets down underneath the infield. Lenny McQuaid doing some landscaping, as it were. At the halfway mark, your leader, 00, Gene Weston, 91, Chris Robbins, and fighting it out for third. Up comes that number 9 car of Mike Hope on the outside of the 89 of Gary Wainwright. hoping that white automobile can't take it as he gets the high track. Not a favorite groove here at Seekonk Speedway. The higher on the groove you go, the closer to the third mile oval you get. So the inside groove is obviously preferable on this speedway track. Lenny McQuaid in that 45 trying to make his way now up into the top 4. Mike Hope dropping back a position. McQuaid coming down underneath the 89 car of Gary Wainwright. They go side by side. McQuaid gets a little bit loose but manages to maintain, and now he's got himself the 3rd position. Wainwright in 4th, Mike Hope in 5th. With 1 lap to go in the consolation race, the final chapter for the Street Stock Division before they get into the feature race. Unquestionably, the lead is the 00 of Gene Weston as he takes the checker flag, but the fight goes on for 3rd and 4th position between Mike Hope and Wainwright, and Hope takes it in that 9 car. And Mr. Saliba is getting ready now to give us a rundown on the 2nd Street Stock Consolation race.
Okay, Pete, catch your breath as we introduce the man who has the greatest fan club here. It's car number 44 from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, the 3D Millwright rigging automobile, Rob.
Lots of action.
Al doesn't like what he sees, so he's given the caution. Okay, nothing for the announcers. Okay, we got a green and we're going one more time. Easy does it there, Rob Doobie. Your fans are watching. Doobie's in the 44, the 92 on the outside. Check that, that's the 82, Scott Sundin. Follows them out of the pack, and as they move down the back stretch, it is Doobie and Sundin. Sundin and Doobie. Follow what you want. The 46, the number 1 should be a pro stock. We got a number 75 here going the wrong direction. Scott Hausman, but he's clearing out of the way, a break for us all. And he'll be swinging through those turns. And not worrying about it at all. Scott Sundin in that number 82. Well, they're 3 abreast and they're fender benders going on, but they're hanging in there. These kids are special. The East Douglas Mass chauffeur, number 82, of Sundin Furniture sponsored automobile, is well out in front now as Scott continues to pour it on with that number 82. Number 36, unable to get his automobile handling tonight, is always a pretty good contender, as is the 30 and the 46. But they're on nights like this, and they know it. While Scott Sundin runs off in height, the 44, and the number 30 are running 2nd and 3rd. Hal's got the deuce, the big deuce. The 2 clubs are ready to go here as there are about 2 laps remaining in this 2nd Street Consolation event.
And on the backstretch, Wally's that 75 car again.
Oh, he got it.
He's having a lot of troubles.
Scott Hausman.
And the number 1 and 116 and the 67 get into trouble on the backstretch as well. The 116 was given a boost in the rear by the 1 car, become almost airborne.
Decided to do it that way. And we will be looking forward to the Sportsman Consolation event here in just about 2 seconds. And of course,
making sure they don't start until they're supposed to. They hit the line, green flag is out, they're underway. Joe Perry gets a jump off the corner, takes over the lead. Rob Murray running second. Glenn Young drops back to the outside for that third position, but he's not giving up yet. As we got a spin, the number 17 of Mike Becker spins on the backstretch coming out of 2. As caution flag comes out, as he's not able to pull away. We're going back to a complete restart, and those laps were completed.
Yeah, there you go.
And the 17 of Mike Becker will take his spot on the back row once he gets the green flag. Al Rodriguez has it in his hand. He's waving. We're on the way. Joe Perry again with a good jump. Glenn Young dropping in right behind him. Rob Murray running third. Kenny Colvin running fourth on the inside, but Scott Estrella in the 45 will have none of that as he stays right with them. 31 of Jeff Goodrow and Rich McRae in the 13 battling for position. Scott Estrella, he sets his sights on third place on the outside of Rob Murray as Glenn Young looks on the inside of Joe Perry Jr. Al Rodriguez giving somebody a flag, let him know he's watching him. I believe it was the 6 of Ken Colvin. 6 cars to qualify right now, running in 6. We've got a battle between Jeff Goodrow and Rich McRae. And right behind them, the 16 of Robert Wright. Corey Boudreau trying to work his way towards the front into a qualifying spot, as is Ed Ginn in the 3rd and Paul Van Ness. Glenn Young now on the inside of Joe Perry as Perry shuts the door on him. Rob Murray sitting comfortably in 3rd. Ken Colvin and the 45 of Scott Estrella still battling for that 4th spot. Rich McRae now running 6 on the inside. Jeff Goodrow gets a little loose out of the corner, and Robert Wright gets underneath him for that 7th spot. Corey Boudreau follows suit right behind. Halfway, 6 laps are down, 6 laps to go. For Joe Perry and Glenn Fibo Young as they run 1-2. Rob Murray running 3rd, Ken Colvin 4th, Scott Estrella 5th, and Rich McRae running 6th. First car out right now is Robert Wright in the 16. Corey Boudreau now takes a look underneath him. Almost 3 wide down the straightaway. Paul Van Ness and Jeff Goodrow sideways into turn number 1. They both keep going, as they didn't get too sideways. Glenn Young still trying to look for a way by Joe Perry. Joe Perry right now setting a good pace. Glenn Young just doesn't have enough to get underneath him coming out of the corner. Ed Ginn in the 3rd, now trying to get underneath the 21 of Corey Boudreau for that 8th spot. Both of those spots out of qualifying positions. 2 laps to go. Joe Perry leads him down. Glenn Young still running 2nd. Rob Murray, Ken Colvin, Scott Estrella, Rich McRae, Robert Wright, Corey Boudreau, Ed Ginn in the 3rd. Jeff Goodrow, Paul Van Ness. 1 lap to go. As Glenn Young has not given up yet, he's now trying to look to the outside. Corey Boudreau on the inside of Robert Wright for that 7th spot. Checkered flag is out. It's Joe Perry, Glenn Young, Rob Murray, Ken Colvin, Scott Estrella, and Rich McRae rounding out the top 6. Those are your qualifying cars for the feature. And those cars
Of Justin Manafort in the Manafort Motorsports Cadillac Ranch City Oil. Justin Manafort out of Plainville, Connecticut. Starting in 3rd spot in the red number 7 out of Astoria, New York. Steinway Racing, Steinway Trucking spot. They bunch them together. Here comes Tripp, and away goes the green flag, and Tripp jumps on it and takes over the lead. Tripp. Justin Manafort. The 2 Bruce Harrison up high on the outside of Automeyer. Tripp, Manafort as they combine and complete the 1st lap. Justin Manafort, an up-and-coming driver in the 75 Chevrolet, to the outside. The 14 spun coming off the 4th corner, but continues underway. Tripp opens up a comfortable 4-car lead and hoping to bring it in. He's already won 2. He was last week's winner at Lee Speedway. And they changed the rear end in this car between the heat and this race. Tripp runs to the lead over Justin Manafort. Hollywood Bruce Harrison runs 3rd, Vodemeyer 4th, LaFord is 5th, and then Dave Casey 6th. Tripp continues to open up as Justin Manifold closes up, starts to go a little broadside. Dirt track driver Hollywood Bruce Harrison comes underneath him, takes over second spot. Tripp still got a comfortable lead out there as he goes to the outside of Wayne Sharp in the 14 automobile. In Legend Racing, if you're being lapped, you stay down low. Tripp still hangs on to the lead. He's got a comfortable 10-car lead over Hollywood Bruce Harrison out of Billerica, Mass. Justin Manifold closing up on the bumper of Harrison. Tripp still leads. For many of you that don't know, Johnny Tripp was the winner in December at the Hoosier Dome, first ever race to be held indoors for Legends cars. Johnny Tripp won it, besting 85 other drivers. Came home the champion from the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis in December. The Belport sponsored Seekonk Speedway automobile number 1, Johnny Tripp holds a comfortable lead. Bruce Harrison running second, and Justin Manifold third. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go for Johnny Tripp. This is 2 races in a row that Tripp will win the Cash Dash. Coming in for the checkered flag is Johnny Tripp in the number 1 automobile. It gives him his 3rd win in the Cash Dash series to a Hollywood Bruce Harrison, then followed by Justin Manifold. The winner qualifies for the Cash Dash and for years. Johnny Tripp, ladies and gentlemen.
160, and that's the street feature. I'll tell you in a minute where it's going.
Many of you here know him as Gentleman Johnny Tripp, but I've seen him run the Legends Race Series, and a couple of times he's been 5 foot off the ground with that car. He's taken lessons to be a pilot.
When? No, the Formula 4 is coming up
He's
next.
getting old, but he'll get out of that car as he unbuckles, takes the helmet off, and gets out.
Hey, Mark.
Second feature that I got.
Let Frank know at the end of the Legend feature, the winner's going to go up to Victory Lane, not on the track.
10, 74, 64.
So get ready.
From Somerset, number 74, Keith Lesniak. Number 59, out of Pawtucket, Jesse Bluth. On the outside, from Pawtucket also, the number 03 of Scott Fitzgerald.
They want us to speed it up, guys. They want us to speed everything up.
And here come your top leaders. That number 6 car, Doug Rio. Your current leader, the 03 car of Scott Fitzgerald, made his way up from the 6th position to get himself in the 2nd right now in this Formula 4 division. High and wide and going down the inside groove there, looking for it is that 17 car, Mike Brightman, who started on the outside of the 6th row, doing a tremendous job. But it's Doug Rio in the 6th that is holding back his competitors. Coming down on the inside is Jonathan Bradshaw in that black 31 Volkswagen Rabbit. Looking for that groove as they go 3 deep into turn 1. The 03 gets a bit sideways, but maintains, opening up a huge gap for the 31 to take over the lead. Jonathan Bradshaw from Taunton, Mass. in that 31 car, your current leader, followed by the 74 of Keith Lesniak. Bradshaw, Lesniak, with no competition between them as we approach our halfway mark. Rio in the 6th car, trying to find the inside groove, but not doing it very well as the 03 car once again challenging him. Scott Fitzgerald in that 03. Oh, and we got a little bit of the bump and grind on turn 1 as the 61 car drops out of the field. Larry Linfield now up high on turn 2, completely coming to a stop. And the 17 car, as it approaches pit road, gets himself out of harm's way. And so, your current leader approaches the 31 car being challenged on the outside by Keith Lesniak in the 74. Jonathan Bradshaw on that 31 doing everything he can except stay out of the way as Lesniak bowls him broadside and knocks him into the infield. We'll wait for official word on that. And this brings us under yellow. Doug Rio, and Bradshaw on the 31 car out of Taunton, Mass. ends up on the infield as he gets into a mishap. Looking to make his move as they approach turn 4 with the green flag going down. It's that 6 car, but he can't make the grade. Dropping way back now, Doug Rio in that 6 car is really having some troubles as Scott Fitzgerald in the 03 takes your lead.
Yeah, she knows.
Okay.
With 1 lap to go, and again, the 31 car gets sideways. He's out of the way. Jonathan Bradshaw, a tough break as we approach the checker flag for that 03 car of Scott Fitzgerald, followed by the 72 and the 62. Scott Fitzgerald, Mike Lopes in the 72 and the 62.
In the Sweeney Trucking Family Transport 0. Billy Clark, Seekonk Speedway veteran, will be the number 1. Turk Gunby of Attleboro, Mass. is in the Countryside Auto, RJ's Automotive 92. Jeff Carter is in the number 3. Jeff won the event last week. And Ray Soulier, former automobile racer here at the Seekonk Speedway. I believe he drove in the sportsman division. I could stand corrected on that, but we'll give him that right now. Ray Soulier in the 24. Rules are available for this division at the handicapper's booth or right into the Seekonk Speedway. And our congratulations to the 03 of Scott Fitzgerald, the Dickinson's Auto Repair Ajax Special. I could get corny and say the Ajax Special. It's a threatening evening, and we figure we love you to see everything and enjoy everything, so we're going to just keep pushing along. And Bill Clark, a brand new division, very exciting division, and we've got ourselves a start. So let's see what happens to the veteran, Bill Clark, as the rookies try to teach him or give him a driving lesson. Oh, Clarky on the outside. Machinist extraordinaire, a great guy. Built a lot of very fast automobiles in his day. And he's moving right around. Whoa, way up high, the number 3, the Sunrise Special. Also sponsored by Woods Mobile out of East Providence, Rhode Island. Old Clacky all by himself as the 0 and the 92. Battle for that 2nd and 3rd spot, and the big number 3 of Jeff Carter. Turk Gunby. Oh, hang on there, Turk. He'll get there, he'll get there. He's got the handle on it now as the 3 moves to the outside with the cross flags coming up. Alrighty, now it's Jeff Carter. Watching Bill Clark very slowly, very cautiously, I believe, and he's probably would love to close that gap, but old Clarky seems to have the handle on that automobile, and he's moving right along. Bill Clark, veteran Seekonk driver, out there having a good time. White flag coming up. White flag is coming up. Bill Clark and Dave Auburn, who live quite close together, incorporated all their ideas into this thing and developed the rules. Very practical rules for that automobile. David Auburn, of course, is our in charge of all the I was supposed to. And they're very important because they're goodies. They're goodies, and they involve the program. Bob Avila Jr., Stanley Sherman, Cheryl Doobie, Scott Fitzgerald, and John Sylvia, you are to report to the Speedway Promotions Novelty Stand. We also have the number 83 of Eric Snow, the 59 of Jesse Poth, and Scott Banville in the number 9, Formula 4. You are to report to the novelty stand, the Speedway Promotions novelty stand located below the press box. Pete, it's all yours.
Announce the message from Dennis, too. That's the word they're telling me.
Say what?
Announce the message from Dennis. Do you know about that?
Yes, we do have a message here, and we would like...
Finish line. He's your pole sitter tonight from North Attleboro. It's number 70, Lee Parmenter. Out of Pawtucket in the 85, it's Tommy Scholler. On the inside of the second row from Tiverton, number 7, Tony Olszewski. From Bristol, number 65, Ronnie Leroux. On the inside of the third row from Seekonk, number 25, Dave Furtado. Out of Warwick, in the 6th position, number 53, Scott Serendinsky. From Edgartown, number 24, it's Chris McGee. On the outside of the 4th row from Taunton, number 49, Dave Westgate. From Pawtucket, starting on the inside, is number 71, Jerry DeGasperi Jr. And in the 10th position from South Attleboro, number 38, Keith Morrow. 25th position from Rehoboth, number 9, Mike Hope. We've got the green. We are underway for the street stock division here at Seekonk Speedway.
20 laps.
This is a 20-lap feature race. Coming on the inside, threading the needle, as it were. And really avoiding a jam up, trying to get on the outside, is that number 65 of Ronnie Leroux. That blue car of Ronnie Leroux trying to get down on the inside groove, being held off by the 7 of Tony Olszewski. Really hard-nosed racing as they make their way into turn 4. And we've got a warning for Ronnie Leroux. He gets sideways now. Right after his warning, he gets sideways, and the pack really unfolds.
They're all moving.
We are not under yellow yet. The 25 is back underway. The 7 is looking to get underway. Leroux now with body damage and a left rear flat, limping down that back straight. He'll make his way into the pits. The 7 car of Tony Olszewski trying to get underway again, narrowly avoiding problems. And now the 45 is sideways on turn 4. And this will bring us under yellow. Well, let's try to recap what we just had here. The 65 car for Ronnie Leroux after getting a warning. The tension mounts as the green flag drops. We're back underway. And the 71 car gets a jump on it. Jerry DeGasperi finds himself on the inside groove and the lead as he made himself up from the inside of the 5th row. Tremendous job for Jerry DeGasperi out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island in that black 71. Coming up on the inside is the 120 of Jeff Waterman as he takes over 2nd position. And shutting out the rest of the field is Lee Parmenter in the green number 70, holding back the rest of the pack. Midway, 02 of Matt Dewey in that green and white car, really making his way through. He started in the 8th position, the outside of the 8th row, 16th position.
41 is leaking some kind of fluid.
And once again, Pete Rhoda officials taking a quick look at that 41 car.
Black flag.
And we've got a black flag on the 41 car. Pete Rhoda leaking some fluid. Matt Dewey now making his way on the inside as the race goes on. 1st and 2nd position. It's a literal drag race between Jeff Waterman on the inside and that gray 120 and the 71 car as Waterman takes the lead. This is 10 laps, halfway. Rhoda now in that 41 car in the back stretch looking to get into the pits, and the 45 car now going to the pits. Lenny McQuaid And the race continues. Fourth position, it's the 63 car of Kenny Spencer. Holding off Matt Dewey in the 02. Matt Dewey once again started in 16th position to find himself in 5th. Matt Dewey comes into tonight's racing in 4th place in the point standing with 204. And now the 6 car up on the high groove, looking at the pit entrance, making his way out. Steve Blaze driving that automobile. And now another car in turn 4 with troubles. The 38 car with a flat right front tire getting down on the inside, out of the way. Keeping us under green. Meanwhile, the race is Jeff Waterman's in that 120 automobile as he finds the way around Seekonk Speedway with absolutely no challenge whatsoever. That 71 car of Jerry DeGasperi, and rounding up the top 3, you'll see that white automobile as he makes his way into turn 4. Now he comes down on the inside, almost taking 2nd position. Mike Camara in that white car, the 86. Now coming up quickly to challenge DeGasperi in the 71. He gets sideways, but recovers. With 2 laps to go, we've got a warning for that 86 car. 2 laps. And another car in the infield making his way out. That's the number 30 car. With 1 lap to go. Looking for the checker flag as the race heats up for 2nd and 3rd place. And your winner, it's Jeff Waterman. The 71 and 86 follow. Jerry DeGasperi in the 71 and the 86 car of Mike Camara, 1, 2, 3. But your feature winner, the number 120 car of Jeff Waterman.
Where our right arm will be down there, Kevin, interviewing him and giving you people the opportunity to see what a young man, a super kid in the street stock division looks like, and you might be able to get a few pictures of him. Our next event will be the feature event for the sportsman division of the ARC, a classy group of cars and a classy group of guys ready to go to work. I have been asked from time to time, and occasionally we get a letter, people want to know why we always wait the time we do to have the national anthem. They say it's like having your dessert before your main course. But ladies and gentlemen, we do it simply because at that time we are at peak attendance. We have more people here in the stadium just before the main event, whether it was back in the old days with the Class A stock cars in the Flathead days. Talk about that later. David Titus right now out of Attleboro, Mass. is in the deuce in pole position. Kenny Manford of Coventry, Rhode Island, and the Simpson brothers, number 15. Ronald Reed of Rehoboth, Mass. and the WE Prey 89. Dean Petty of Assonet, Mass. and the Freetown Sand and Gravel 57. Richard Wisher of Warwick, Rhode Island is in the Kellys, number 29. Linwood Cohen of Swansea, Mass. is in the number 14. We are moving along quite quickly tonight, and you can see why. Steve Ruby of Kingston, Mass. is in the number 18. Dana Willis of Hanson, Mass. is in the number 55. The number 95 finds Bill Manchester behind the wheel out of Westport, Massachusetts. Kenny Kohler, Jr. of Providence in the LaRocca Engineering, number 43. Steve Taylor of Charleston, Rhode Island in the 53. Glenn Lawton is in the number 70 from Westport, Massachusetts. Ray Alexander is in the number 4 from Barrington, Rhode Island. Doug Morrow of Assonet, Mass. is in the number 19. Bob Pellin Jr., last year's sportsman champion from Cranston, Rhode Island, is in the number 12. Tom Scully won the feature 2 weeks ago in the Rasbini family. And we got ourselves a start. Well, yeah, one car that didn't start, but he's not. He's going now. The number 13 had a little problem on the start. He was riding shotgun anyway. So it looks like a wheel-to-wheel battle here. They're 2 and 3 abreast. You know, Mr. Excitement in the number 4, Ray Alexander. Well, oh, well, now. We have got...
Well, we've got the 95 and the 6, the 70, the 2 all involved.
They come down. They've got the start in one more time. The Sportsman Division of the ARC is going for the gold. Dave Titus handling very, very well in that number 2, handling the lead. While Kenny Bamford rides high, wide, and handsome on the outside. And Ronald Reed in the number 89, hangs on to that 3rd spot. It's going to be a mover. It is old Mr. Excitement in the number 4, Ray Alexander. We've made the speedway 5 lanes wide, but I think Alexander wants it 6. There he is up on the outside, down the backstretch. Pete, this is one exciting kid.
Well, I'm breathless. I mean, there's no question about it. The way this competition is heating up in this division, which is so close to the Pro Stocks right now, Warning gets out now, looked like to the 55 car.
He's up in that 3rd group now. It's the number 4 of Ray Alexander, moving very, very rapidly on the outside. Hoping that his tires stay with him. He's on the outside of the 89 and has the yellow flash. Look at this kid drive.
Is that number 2, David Titus? He's a rookie.
He started back in 14th position. Dave Titus is a rookie, his first year in the Sportsman Division, which qualified him for the pole after a few races starting in the rear, and he's doing quite a job holding his own. And from 14th position, he's now battling for 3rd, is the very exciting number 4 of Ray Alexander. Well, I was lucky tonight, Pete. I picked him up, and he's done well. So it kind of makes me look good, even though it was a guess.
Well, with all your knowledge, I think you're more than qualified for that. I still wouldn't even consider trying to pick out a winner, never mind a finisher. But that Dave Titus in that 2 car is looking tremendous. He came into tonight's racing in 23rd in the point standing.
Kenny Bamford losing just a little bit of ground there in the number 15, the Bamford Signs automobile. Now he's moved down a little. Ray Alexander moved to the outside, got himself a great break there, and Kenny kind of wobbled a little bit, but he's kind of feathered it right out, and he's flying one more time. As Ray Alexander in the number 4, moves in the 4th position. Hey, and he's got a few fans here tonight, let me tell you. Well, he's an exciting guy. We like to see drivers like that. Not that the rest of them aren't, but he puts the pedal to the metal, like they say, and he doesn't waste any time getting that number 4. If it's handling and if it's running, he's going to use it. But look at old Dave Titus. Dave, you're a rookie, you're doing a great job. Hang in there, pal. Dave comes from Attleboro, Massachusetts. As we watch the number 7 of Tom Scully, kind of winched in the pack there, unable to get that shot to the outside groove that he handles so well in. Bobby Pellin unable to get going. It's difficult sometimes when you're caught in the back there, but Ray Alexander riding out there, high, wide, and handsome, has got to get a bite. If he doesn't get a bite on that automobile, he's not going to be able to get it over with.
Well, Dave Titus is turning a 14.28 lap, which takes him to just about 64 miles per hour on this track.
That's pretty good moving for Sportsman Division, believe me. Here on short track racing, and I can't believe that kid is still riding out there in that 4th group. The 45 is Scott Estrella, another outstanding driver, caught in the back there, as is Scott Leclerc and Fireball Young. They're caught back there and unable to 5 laps to go. The big right hand of Al Rod, hold out there, is 5 to go.
5 laps.
And it's 5 to go here as the number 4. Battles his way up. He's trying desperately to take over that 3rd spot. And I'll tell you, he's got his hands full.
What he's saying.
Okay.
I don't believe he's getting tired because he's built like a fire plug, but he may be losing a little bit of rubber there and losing a little bit of his weight. The 55 of Dana Willis is right in there. Kenny Bamford has moved back into 6th position. Easy does it, guys. Whoa, the number 4. Oh, what a break. Look. What did I tell you, Pete? Look at this kid move. Oh, what a bad shot.
And we've got Mayhem. The 45, the 12 car involved. 15 car Bamford, I believe. 53 car now on the infield. Wow, that's a real mess in turn 2.
It has nothing to do with the sponsorship of the number 9, Chad Chase. So it's LaCava Sowersby night next Saturday night. Oh my God, we got another problem. We have
the 18 car.
Yep, the 18 and the 99. I'll wait till I get the official word. We've got a green, and here we go, one more time. Oh, the 57 appears to have lost the gear on this. Oh, guys. Well, now. Well.
Frustrating night here for this division.
I believe.
3 cautions in less than 5 minutes.
So 2 laps remaining in this event, good people. We have got ourselves a green and we're racing. Well, look at this.
There they go again.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I have yet to see anything like this in any division, Wally. I'll tell you, this is very frustrating for drivers and fans alike to see these cars continuously under caution here in this division.
There has got to be a gorgeous flag. Let's try to do it nice, fellas. All right. The number 4 made a dash, but he didn't pass anyone.
Come on, hold on, kid.
And the kid is holding on. Up the 57 is putting a little pressure on him. Well, they made it through that turn. Oh, the hood is up on the 3, and the 4 is out, and the checkered flag is coming up for the number 57 of Dean Petty. Right, Dean Petty out of Assorted, Mass. And in the Freetown, sand and gravel.
Again, you know, this is a strategy.
Ready for the Legend feature event. And on my right here, ready to go to work, is the legend himself, Marshall.
Thank you, Wally. Thank you, Peter. It's always nice to come up to the booth and visit with you. But it's business time for the Legends. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got 25 automobiles flying tonight. One with a scratch, we're down to 24. A 30-lap feature, and that they ain't some money to win, as do all these features, and they run them like there's no tomorrow. So we'll get ready to start the pull lineup and let you know where they start. On the pole in the 00 out of Bourne, Mass, in the Ford Coupe, Peter Valleri Construction Special Automobile. Outside of Peter Valleri, it will be the 7 New Hampshire Ford Coupe of Joe Bates out of Allstead, New Hampshire, the Farmington Savings Bank sponsored automobile. Third starting spot will be the Jaeger, is the winner of the Cummins Cash Dash, the Seekonk Bell Parts sponsored Cummins Northeast Distributed automobile of Johnny Tripp Westport, Massachusetts. Inside in the next row, Fred Vortemeyer in the number 7 Ford Coupe out of Astoria, New York, in a Steinway Trucking sponsored automobile. To the outside of him is the sheriff's car, the number 160 of Wayne Sharp out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Brown and Sharp out of Providence, Rhode Island. The Meteorology Company is the sponsor of Wayne Sharp's automobile. He's got 9 feature wins to his credit this year. Inside, next row, Justin Manafort in the 75 automobile, sponsored by the... When they come around next time, ladies and gentlemen, wave whatever you got, keep your pants on, wave your shirt, wave your hat, wave your handkerchief. Wayne Sharp's got his blue light on out there in the sheriff's car. They're saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Seekonk to watch us race for you. Isn't that a nice sight, ladies and gentlemen? Wave to the drivers as they'll wave back to you. The legends of 1994, 1995, the Cummins Tour, Valvoline. You've got some big names producing this tour. Looks them over, they bunch up coming off, the green flag goes, and we're going legend racing. Trip to the outside, makes it 3 abreast, coming off that 3rd turn, back to 2nd turn. Heading into the 3rd turn, he dives in behind the 14. The 160, Wayne Sharp right on his bumper. The 7, Joe Bates leads it in parade. Summers in the 5 running 2nd. They fly going down that backstretch, ladies and gentlemen. They got 7, 8 of them bunched up in a 4th corner. The 5 and the 7. The 76 of 00. Trip behind the 76 of Elliott Beveridge. Trip wants this race. This is his track. This is his hometown fans. Bates opens up a good lead on the 5, the 76. Trip still moving. On the outside, going past the 76 up high. Will he take him in a turn? He guns it going into the turn, and he is in the railroad groove. On the outside, Johnny Tripp. The Bellparts Seekonk Speedway Cummins automobile as Tripp grabs the 3rd spot away from Elliott Beveridge. I don't know if I say Elliott Beveridge, I said Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola. Tripp still fighting to get by the 76. Is he going to pull the old John Tripp stuff and come underneath? Yes, he will. He's underneath. Johnny Tripp setting him up, the old master at work. The old crew as they stretch him out a little bit. They're running in the lapped automobiles, and in the legends, they stay down underneath. If you're being lapped, you stay down low. Here comes Tripp coming up past the lap 33 of even. They go 3 abreast coming down the straightaway as Danny McNamara guts it. The 5 and the 7 battling it out for 1st and 2nd. The 5 takes the lead, comes underneath the 7. 7 dives back under. Summers shuts the door, and here comes the old master, Johnny Tripp. Bates closes up underneath. Summers shuts the door in his face. This is what got him in trouble last week. They running bumper to bumper, door to door. No cool morale, let's go racing type of automobile. Tripp running right up there now has closed a tremendous lead in the number 1 automobile as he closes on the back bumper of Joe Bates at Allstead, New Hampshire. Bates on the bumper, Tripp hooked underneath, backed out. Johnny Tripp in the 1 has closed from a starting spot to 3rd. He dives under the 7, backs out, goes to the outside. They're coming into traffic now. I'll tell you, Wally, this is some racing. Tripp to the outside of the 7 car. Can he do it? 30 laps. Wayne Sharp pulling up on Tripp's bumper. Tripp gonna go up high. He goes up outside of the 7. Pulls back in, they're running 3 abreast. 3 abreast as they come off the 4th corner. It's still the 5 of Summers, the 7 of Bates, the 1 of Tripp.
Caution.
We got a spin up on the 3rd turn. It looks like the 07 of Watermeyer. Everybody slows down. This is what Tripp's been waiting for. Wayne Sharp's been waiting for. The caution is out, and we'll get a restart. For a bunch as they make the move. Tripp underneath. Bates in the 7. Fights on for 2nd spot and closes in. Halfway. Wayne Sharp spins, and we got an accident up on the 4th corner. The 4 of Constantine, the 160 of Wayne Sharp lost it, and he took out the 76 and the number 4. This looks like. And the yellow light is still on because we got the 15 of Jaeger stopped on the backstretch. So bring it in, fellas. There goes the green. We're going at it again. Woo! You can put a blanket over the front of there. Tripp takes over the 2nd spot of Bates.
Something happened.
And Tripp and the number 1 collides. Tripp collides with the 28. Let's get the yellow out. Let's get the yellow out before somebody gets hurt up there. Tripp collides with the 7 as he bounced the right front wheel off of it. Bring him down. Bring him down. Tripp is stuck up on the 4th turn as the tow truck comes out to get him. John going to get out to take a look and see what happened there. But he had grabbed 2nd spot, and he was not going to be denied.